This is key and we're low key.
What we gotta ask them first?
So what have you guys created today?
What have you created? Or have you just like been on bump time today? And it's always, everybody be on bump time every once in a while. As long as you get back on track, keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, today's topic, we're going to be talking about temperatures. It's relating to room temperatures, but we speaking as far as your temperature in life. Meaning how far are you willing to go? How much better are you willing to get? What's your comfort zone?
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody has different set temperatures based on how you was raised, your hunger, your drive, and your ambition for success. It's gonna show. So just realize, first of all, first person I heard talking about temperatures is Ed Milet. So shout out Ed Milet. You know, he was talking about individual temperatures and what you willing to tolerate. Like what you don't hate, you'll begin to tolerate.
That's true.
You know?
That's real.
You have to, as harsh as it may seem, you have to hate being impoverished. You have to hate being in a position where others are able to dictate when you sleep, when you eat, the amount of time you get to spend with your family. You have to hate that to be able to jump off the ledge and create for self.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized how to identify what temperature you're on. You identify your max temperature at the point to where you get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's financially, whether it's relationship space,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Relationship with your kids, spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Some people temperature with their spirituality is they going to church. Like that's and that's their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not willing to take it a step further spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
And that falls along all lines of self-defense, your spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
your mental capability. What's your mental temperature? How much are you reading? Are you trying to get better? You know, that's one of the easiest things to let stagnate, because we feel like we're using it because we have to use it to function every day, but we use it in our comfort zone. How much are you reading? Are you reading harder materials? Are you reading faster? Are you using your mind for intellectual tasks instead of like monotonous point A to point B tasks where you could rely on muscle memory? Emotional. Are you tapping into your emotional temperature, stability to see where you are most comfortable at emotionally?
Right.
And financially. You know, you'll see where you are financially when you hit a certain point to where you are comfortable. You stop stretching. You stop stretching and you begin to rest on your laurels and you begin to not do the same things you was doing before.
Exactly.
So therein lies the caveat. That is the golden nugget right there. When you hit that point to where you feel like you can rest, that is your max temperature. You cannot exceed your max temperature unless you hit your max. You identify it. Once you identify it,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you kick it in the high gear in order to never come back down again.
Absolutely.
What you think, baby?
I agree with that. A prime example when you say that is like when you get ready to go on an interview, and before the interview you get ready, you get dressed, you have everything laid out, you show up 15 minutes earlier, then the set appointment time, you go in there, you knock it out the park, boom, you got the job, you get the job, then the next thing you know, you show up to work on time, first couple weeks, then you get comfortable. And then you just start being late.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a prime example of like your temperature. It's your temperature. You comfortable now.
You just comfortable, like, you know. And I've been guilty of it. You've been guilty of it.
Oh yeah, cause it can go for anything. Like it can go for like relationships.
Yeah.
The things that you were doing before when you guys were dating. You got comfortable.
Exactly.
You got relaxed. You start eating. You start
Get
getting
that
weight.
comfort zone. Shit start slipping. Yeah.
Don't do the things that you used to do. Say the things you used to say. You got comfortable with that temperature. Like you gotta keep doing the same thing, and you gotta apply more pressure.
That's how you avoid that pendulum swing going back the other way. So you work it. You hit that point where you finally came above, right? And God said it was good. But the pendulum gonna swing back. The pendulum is coming back.
It's coming back.
The only way to avoid the back swing is to get better.
Gotta get better.
So when you hit that and God said it was good, no, really, you still got some hustling to do because you want to turn your max temperature into your baseline temperature. Now, you want to turn your max temperature into the temperature that you never gonna drop below. What's so funny, baby?
It's not funny. You just smell good.
Thank you.
You smell so good.
For real. You agree though?
Yeah, I agree.
So say if you at 70, you working hard. You get to the point where you got that thing, you got that car you've been working so hard for. Now all of a sudden, you start getting up at the same time you was getting up, right? So then your pendulum, you turning into the person you was that didn't have a car. For real.
Stop changing the oil in it.
You turn it back into the individual that you were before you had the car. You turn it right back into that moment.
Transforming.
You must get better. You get your ass up and you get better.
You got to hit it.
Straight up. That's all. You got something else for me?
No, you got to hit it. That's why in my leg, I think David Goggins, he said when he start feeling himself go back to the other way.
You got to go back.
Got to talk, jump to yourself.
It's torture, man. Especially that mental, when your mental is stuck in a spot of being a shy, insecure kid, and you got to get up and run that shit out every morning. That's like you running from the pendulum swing every morning. For real.
That's true.
I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. I'm low.
This is Key and we're low.
Like, comment,
and subscribe.
hit the notification. Come mess with us.